Yo, so today I am ranking my favorite manga. My top 10. I read a bunch. I rarely finish series. I'm always looking through because I get so much, and you don't really have time to go through it all. But first up is a cliche one, but I don't care. Oh, look, the spine's falling off. Dragon Ball. Now, as a kid, I loved Dragon Ball more than Dragon Ball Z, which was weird. I don't know why. I just thought it was it was less serious and funny. If you read the whole thing, though, I mean, it changes. They look different, but it is kind of the same atmosphere a bit. I mean, obviously it gets more serious, whatever. But it's still jokey. There's something about the character designs of everything that Akira Toriyama does. They're incredible. They're so refreshing. I just think they're the absolute coolest designs, best characters in a manga. I never get sick of them ever. I love them, and a lot of great memories along with that. Okay. Up next, another cliche one. I'll stop saying that. I don't care. That blew my mind as a kid was Akira. So there was this place near me called Legends. It was a comic book store. And as a kid, I'd go in there with my family, and I would always sneak away to this little manga section. I didn't know what that was at the time, but I kept seeing this book, and I was like, "What is this book?" It just had an aura to it, and I remember just flipping it open a couple times and seeing just the coolest action panels and just some wild stuff. And I was like, I need this. So I would beg for it. I would also beg for the movie, but I was never allowed to get it because it was R. But then one Christmas, my family got me this. I don't know what they were thinking, but that sparked me wanting to make manga as a kid. Well, I had a 20-year lull where I only made music and didn't remotely think about manga. But when I was sick a couple years ago, that shook me back up, and I couldn't do anything but read manga, so it was a weird time. So it was a rebirth. It was a strange thing. Up next, I didn't finish the series, but as a kid I loved this. About 2 years ago, I found a bunch of volumes for this. They're pretty rare-ish. I don't think the series ever got finished, but for me to put this up there in my top 10, everything about it is amazing. The characters, the weapons, the story. Like I said, I didn't finish it, but I just love what I've read so much, and I used to love it that much as a kid, where I'd read the same volumes over and over. I would put this in my top 10 by the same person that drew or wrote, or it might be the same team. I'm not sure. That did Dragon Quest, The Legend of Dai, Adventures of Dai. I forget what it's called. But yeah. Up next, Berserk. Of course. When I was sick, I would just sit in the corner of we had this weird chair that looked like a king's chair, like a throne chair. It was pretty weird. But I'd sit there and I would buy the Berserk hardcover editions, and then sell them off to get the next one on Facebook Marketplace. But great memories. I remember at first just being this is just edgy. And it is edgy, especially at first, but then it just, it just goes to a whole other level. After that initial first saga. Great comic book. I don't even know, it's just peak S tier fiction, art, everything about it was crazy. Okay. The next one is a required one for aspiring mangaka, Bakuman. So, this is always at the top of lists when you look up, best manga about making manga. And I love this series. It does get pretty repetitive at a certain point. But, because it's like I'm talking to editors. But if you're interested in the process, and they made the best characters to explain the process through. Like they put such a great story over the process that the whole thing's magical. It's like real innocent how like he won't marry the girl until he won't date the girl until their dreams are accomplished. It's super corny, and it's dumb at times, but it's awesome, and it just like reminds you of like that innocence you had as like a child, and yeah, great series, super inspiring. I love it. The whole thing about how his uncle was like an artist, and he wanted to become one, you know, yeah, 100%. Okay, this is not a rare one. You can get it at like Barnes & Noble, but Sigwatera. This is another like slice of life manga where, I mean, I hope this stuff doesn't happen. I guess it does if you watch the news. But this kid likes a girl. He wants to ride a motorcycle. In the motorcycle class, he meets a girl that he likes. And then it gets so bizarre for the second half. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even care. A lot of these stories, I don't care how they end, or like, you could read the first volume of them and probably understand like why I love them so much. It's just hilarious. This is such a good. It's 3 volumes. You should definitely get it, and it just goes bonkers. It's like a thriller. It's hilarious. It's like a, yeah, I don't know. I guess coming of age, like a high school story. Sigwatera, amazing manga. Okay, this is where we get extra corny, but 5 meters per second. Another one I read when I was sick, and I love this thing. It is just perfect. So usually when I see something that's like, this is a adaptation, right? So it's not the source material, but it's literally better than the movie. Yeah, 5 centimeters per second. It is one self-contained giant volume. You can read it in like 2 hours. And it's just like these 2 people growing throughout their whole lives and seeing, it's like about their relationships from when they're young and just seeing what happens as they get older. And it's just like it's a beautiful story. I would definitely read it. I love anything snow. If there's like snow scenes, I'm a sucker for that. Like when I make my manga, there's going to be a lot of snow. It'll probably be like South Park, honestly. Like I'll be aiming for that, but it'll look like South Park. But, okay. Another one that everybody hates. Rent a Girlfriend. Yeah, so there's this video on YouTube. I will link it below if I remember. And it's a day in the life of a mangaka. And it's the creator of this. And he just goes into like the process, his day while he's creating this manga. And I would never in a million years like pick up something like this. This like led me to picking up that because I like this so much. This led me to picking up 5 centimeters per second. The rom-com genres. I was never like a rom-commer, but now I'm a rom-com guy. Rom-com. Rom-com. That's from Dragon Ball. Mom, if you're watching this. So the story is great, and it keeps getting better. Then maybe, just maybe, at a certain point, the same thing keeps happening over and over again. We don't know if there's ever going to be a resolution. I kind of stopped reading a couple months ago. I'll pick it back up. Yeah. Just when I was like a single dude, you know, that was, you know, you relate to the character until you realize you're like, wait, I don't relate to this guy at all. You're like, I hope nobody relates to this guy. It's kind of crazy. Very cringy. But good story. Yeah, that is my number 3. But, okay. Let's move on from that. You should give it a... I mean, like, definitely at least read some of it if you haven't. It's awesome. Okay. 20th Century Boys. I talked about Monster before, but, I like Monster a lot, you know, but I, like, love 20th Century Boys. way more. It is an epic story. I always say Monster is micro, and 20th Century Boys is like macro, if that makes sense. Like Monster is a tiny story kind of, and then 20th Century Boys is like super ambitious. There's tons of stuff going on. There's like a giant cult controlling the world. It's totally based on fiction, you know, but like after COVID and all that stuff, you read this and you're like, what was Naoki Urasawa like dialed into when he made this thing? Because it's like, I'm pretty sure we just lived through that, which is nuts. Amazing manga. You'll never read something like this ever again. Yeah, he's probably the best mangaka ever. I mean, everything I read by him is like just great. My number one, if you're familiar with my channel and stuff, you'll probably hear me talk about Yu Yu Hakusho, which I find to be the greatest and the most inspirational to me, without a doubt. My cousin brought me Shonen Jump over when I was a kid, told me about it, we watched it. Well, I actually went to... No, is that what happened? No. My cousin showed me a Shonen Jump when I was a kid that kickstarted my interest in all this stuff. I didn't even know that was. I'm gonna do a video on that after I record this one. But I saw a preview in Cooler's Revenge, I think, the Dragon Ball Z VHS, and I went with my dad to Sam Goody to find the VHS of Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh my gosh, it changed my life. I remember sitting there by myself, just being like, "Is this real? Like, how could this even exist?" But good times, you know. But if there's one thing I go back to that's like the standard of everything, it's the manga and the anime. I love both so much. The only thing, there's no music with the manga, obviously, and the anime has all the music, and the music is just like perfect. It's perfect. Like, there's so many, like, we're talking like probably hundreds of songs, I think, that are on the soundtrack. They're incredible. Like, almost every one. I could just listen to all of them. And that's a common thing for manga. But yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is my number one. Please leave in the comments what your favorites are, or if you have recommendations. Because I check out everything. I actually have to finish up. My last manga haul video I posted got cut off, so I have stuff. I didn't even show the coolest stuff. I thought I recorded it. I don't know what happened. I haven't edited it together, and I guess I just uploaded the wrong video. I don't know. But, you know, yeah. Those are my favorite mangas. Follow my manga quest, where I upload stuff, videos about what I did that day, drawing and stuff, because I'm on a quest. I am trying to make a manga by March, because there's a webtoon contest. I think it's from March to May. You can enter. So, I'm saying March, but it might be later than that. But I'm spending all January, every night, just like drawing hardcore. I'll probably do some streams, but I'm really focused on, you know, that's my goal right now. But be well, be good, be well. I'm not Walgreens. Be good. This is America.